Are you ready to take your business to the next level and make the money you want so that you can create the impact you desire? Then you're in the right place. It's possible to run a successful business built around your life. Get ready for a little bit of tough love and a whole lot of strategy to grow your business without sacrificing your sanity. If you're ready to get out of your own way and step into the role of CEO, then let's go. I'm Amy Traw, and this is the Motivated CEO Podcast. Welcome back into the Motivated CEO Podcast. Today, we are talking all things human design with truly one of the experts on human design in the field, Nichols. And I have learned so much from Anna about human design and how this helps me as a business owner. Because as of last year, I had no clue. I'm like, what the heck is this? I don't understand it. What are these little arrows and signs and different things? So we are going to unpack it all today in this episode. And with that being said, Anna, welcome into the podcast. It's so great to have you here today.
Hi, Amy. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Yes, I am so excited to have you here. So before we dive in, share with us more about you, who you are, what you do, and who you serve.
Well, thanks, Amy. I am an entrepreneur now, but I actually started out my career in education and in a lot of different fields in hospitality because I always had this desire to help people and to serve people. And I knew I would be an entrepreneur at some point because my parents are actually from Poland. And so that entrepreneurial spirit has really, really deep in my soul. And so a couple of years ago, after I had my kids and I was ready to go out into this world on my own, I had spent a couple of years doing leadership coaching and different types of business consulting and coaching in the local community that I live in. And then once I started learning about the online space and how I could serve people on a broader scale, I started moving into the online world. Well, as a person with a lot of business background, I have a master's degree in business. I learned that, all of the strategies work, but how do I help people, business owners really find the ones that are right for them? Because I'm also a mom and my kids are 4 and 6. And so I don't have a lot of extra time to be out there trying to figure out what is the right strategy, test this one, test that one. I wanted to get into what was right for me so I could focus on my business when I needed to, and then focus on my family and all the other things that I want to do for myself. So about 18 months, almost 2 years ago, I discovered human design, and it totally changed the trajectory of how I was running my business, how I was making decisions, what my business looked like, all of these things. And when I was leaning into that, I realized it was happening so much more easily, so much more quickly, and so much more fun. So as I have grown in my business, and what I love to do is help those entrepreneurs who have, I like to say they're an expert in their trade, right? You're a great service provider, you're a content creator, you're a healer, you're a teacher, you're a coach. You are great at what you do, but maybe didn't go to business school, don't have that business background. And that's where I come in, and I'm the bridge, not only from that strategic business perspective, but using human design to help you figure out what is your highest gift. How do you lean into your life purpose? How do we build your business in a way that's going to be more and more successful for you so that you can do what you are meant to do?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I love that. And I love how you said all of the strategies out there work. They do. Absolutely 100% they do. But I feel like as business owners, especially in the online space, we're constantly chasing after shiny objects. We're consuming all of this information and forgetting that we get to choose. And that when you start to make those decisions for yourself, it can be fun. It can be easy when you lean into your authentic human design. So let's start out by scratching the surface. What is human design? Because I know there are listeners out there going, okay, this sounds amazing. How do I make this happen? So, first of all, what is human design?
Sure. Human design is a self-discovery tool. It's a system that helps you understand who you actually have been designed to be in this life. And what's cool about it is all of us maybe have heard things like the Enneagram or Myers-Briggs or the strengths test, depending on what your background is. And in those tests, you have to answer a series of questions. Well, in human design, you actually enter in the date, time, and location of your birth, and it doesn't change. So as you evolve, as you grow, right, who you've been designed to be, what your life purpose is, how you make decisions through your human design, all of these different pieces, those don't change. And so what we're learning through human design is actually a how to be more in alignment with our true selves. Because I don't know about you, Amy, but I have always been like, I wanted to be a good kid for my parents. I wanted to be a good student at school. I always tried to be a really good employee for my bosses. And I've always spent so much of my time trying to make other people happy, trying to make all of these other people's vision of me a reality. And then when I became an entrepreneur, which is why I think human design in business is so important, I remember, like, for real, I was crying in my bathtub, like totally like freaking out because I was like, what am I supposed to do here? I have all these skills, I have all this knowledge, and there's so much noise around me that I didn't know how to sift through. And so human design is this beautiful blend, they say, of ancient wisdom and modern wisdom, because it incorporates things like the Kabbalah and astrology and I Ching, as well as quantum physics. And it's just this really like unique method of figuring out who you truly are, how you're meant to show up in this world, and give you the confidence that the things that maybe you have hidden about yourself or like feel that make you a little bit different are actually there on purpose. And so how do we tap into that so you can make those things shine?
Yeah. And like you said, it's all about alignment. And when things are aligned, that's when they do get easy. That's when they do get fun because you're stepping into your true potential and purpose in life. And I love how the human design method, when you're unpacking it, it takes the guesswork out. I feel like a lot of times when you're taking something like an Enneagram quiz, it's very easy to get skewed results because we're often, using like our aspirational identity. Like, oh, okay, I think, I want to be more identified with this versus that. And I think it's very easy to skew those results. Whereas with human design, you're taking the guesswork out because, like you said, you're using your birthplace, your date, the time, like all of those things. It's factual. Those are the facts. You can't say, well, I think I was born in Timbuktu when really I was born in Canton, Ohio. It takes the guesswork out of it. Where can someone find this information? So if someone's like, okay, well, I want to know, like, what is my human design? Like, are there more reputable tools out there? Or is this something that like you just put in a Google search? What do you recommend?
Sure. So there, you absolutely could Google free human design chart, but not all charts give you the same level and depth of information. So each person who chooses to have a tool, like essentially, right, we can brand them however we want as human design experts. But the base tool actually lets you pick which features you want to give out for free and which ones you maybe want to make people pay for as part of your business. And so I have one of those tools. You can actually access it through my Instagram. It's in one of the links in there. I am Anna Nichols is my handle, and I'll send you the link so you can put it in the show notes. But I have actually made every single one of the features, the fields in your human design chart, like free for anyone who enters their information in exchange for your email address. But it's really fun because like there are a lot of things until I found this tool I didn't even know were part of human design, because so many people like hold back information, and I actually don't want to hold back information. Like I want to tell you all the things about human design in general. My business is about how you apply it to your business, but if you don't know what your human design is, then that's not going to help you. And it's a really like intricate and fun thing to explore. So getting a human design chart, and I totally encourage you to grab the one. Mine's also interactive, which I really enjoy, because you can then start exploring it and have all of that information at your fingertips. So then when you want to take it to the next level, whether that's your business, or I actually apply it to my parenting, I apply it to my marriage, a lot of different things, then I already have like this baseline understanding of who I am. And I want to share that and like scream that off the rooftops and like have everybody figure that out about themselves.
Yeah, I love how you said too, like it's not just about business. You can apply it to all aspects of your life. So if you are a parent, if you are in a management position, if you are, having these life challenges pop up, this will help you navigate that while staying in alignment. And the reality is, yeah, you can Google anything. The information is all out there. But what we're truly paying for is the integration. I know the first time I ever looked at my chart, it was like, what? It was confusing as all get out. I mean, just completely like, okay, well, now I have all this information. I have no clue what it means. Like, you can kind of Google it, but there's a lot to it. It's very, very in depth. So let's break down. There's 4 different types, correct?
There's
Of
5 types,
There's 5.
actually.
See, I don't know much about all this. I just know a little bit about my type. So tell us what those 5 different types are.
Sure. So the 5 types are manifestors, projectors, generators, manifesting generators, and reflectors. And a lot of times, certain people combine generator and manifesting generator. But I have this beautiful like way of explaining how everyone works together that I think will really help everyone understand this. So let's imagine that we're going on a trip, and I live in Colorado, so I love this. Like we're going to the top of a mountain, right? Adventure. Our manifestors, they are the ones that with the vision of like, this is the best spot. When we get here, this is going to give us the best view. It's going to have the best seating, all of the things. Like that's the spot. Our projectors, they are our guides. They're the ones that are going to tell us this is the path that is going to get us there the easiest, the path that is going to be the most fun based on the people that are here, all of that. Our generators, they are this life force energy that's going to give everyone this fuel to move forward. And especially when they're excited and passionate about the direction that they're going. So when you're going on that path, when everyone's working together, the generators are the ones that are going to give you that like boost of energy, help you actually get there. But sometimes when you're on a journey, on an adventure, there might be a boulder in the road. A tree might have fallen down. And our manifesting generators, they are the ones who can help us pivot very quickly and show us like, oh, this is how I get around the boulder. Here's how, they've got that manifesting vision, but also that generator energy. How do you get over that hump? How you get past that boulder, past that tree? And then our reflectors, once we get to the top of the mountain, they're going to be able to look back and tell us, like, we went on this path the right way, or here's how we could have done this better. And it's so beautiful because one of the things I love about human design is that we're all meant to play our part. We're meant to be that specific type that we are designed to be so that the whole collective rises, that the whole group gets to the top of the mountain, has a great time, does it with the most fun. And when we do it together, it's so much easier. So I don't know if this gives you enough of that little bit of like information of the types, but this analogy is one of my favorites to share.
What an awesome analogy. I am like such an analogy person. I'm just like envisioning this like mountain as you're talking about it. It really makes sense. And I love how you explain that. I've never heard it explained that way. And I would love to take it even a step further. So, with these different types, can you give us an example? So say someone goes and they take your quiz on your website and figures out, okay, I am this type. Can you break down just like one tip or one takeaway as it relates to business? How, if you are a projector, here's something that you can take away to apply to your business.
Absolutely. So, and I actually also host a podcast where I talk about a lot of these things, the Design and Align Your Business podcast. But one of the things that I love to share about the different types when it comes to business is each type has a way of attracting people into your business, as well as like a way of building your business. So manifestors, they're meant to be bold visionaries, right? I use that word vision. So you're meant to say things that probably the people around you, maybe even as a child, you might have gotten in trouble for saying, but in your business, making decisions that way, going through like, this is what I want my business to look like, that bold vision is exactly what you should be chasing. And that's what the people who are looking for you want. And so when it comes to building your business, understanding that you have that bold vision, but manifestors don't have what we call as an internal like fuel source. So surrounding yourself by generators or manifesting generators, whether that's going to work in a place where there's a lot of people and buzz and energy, or if that is hiring an integrator or something like that, that actually allows you to be that visionary. But then when it comes time to do the work, you may not always have the consistent energy to do it. And that is actually how you've been designed to be. So play the part you've been designed to be and hire the team to support you. Projectors, they, like I talked about, are the guides. They can see things, they can visualize and know, like I said, the best way to get somewhere. But they also don't have that consistent fuel source, but are meant to be very, very niche, very specialized in the area that they are experts in. And so projectors often, I actually have a projector client who her whole family's generators and she's the only projector. And she's like, I was told I was lazy my whole life. And actually, that is not the case, but she had that vision. And so she is actually building a business where she has not just like an integrator, but an agency model. And that for a projector, where she gets to be an expert in what she's an expert in, or any projector, and then has people doing all of the other types of work that she's not an expert in. That is not like her being lazy. It's actually her being in her design. And for projectors, over and over, I hear this. So think about what is it that you're an expert in and figure out how to either hire out things that you can't, like you don't want to do, or how do you actually like build your business intentionally where like, maybe those things are not necessary for your business. For our generator friends, which I'm a generator, I think you're a generator too, right, Amy?
My kids are both generators. I'm a manifesting generator.
Manny, yes,
So
okay.
I have some generator in me, but I've got the manifesting part too.
So for generators, when it comes to business, they talk about how following your like lit up energy and understanding that like, yes, we're here to build, but we're here to build what we are passionate about. And that is so important because I remember in my life, like I have always been like, oh Anna, you can do this. You can work hard. You've always had this like ability to get stuff done. And yes, that's true. But when I was working on projects and things that I didn't have any passion for, I got burnt out really fast. And because generators are and manifesting generators, but we both have that internal fuel source, it's important for us to discern what are the things that we actually want to do. And that was really hard. I remember when I first learned about human design and was going on this sort of journey of self-discovery, because I was a big people pleaser. I wanted to make everyone happy, but realizing that I wasn't going to achieve what I needed to and wanted to in my business if I was doing things that made everyone else happy and not myself. So for our generator friends, I would highly encourage you when you are out there trying to decide what is the thing you're going to build, like you will feel it in your whole body. You're like, yes, this is the thing I want to do. And now at this point, I've done this for so long, I just blindly follow that. It's like, oh, all right, well, I guess we're doing this thing now because it's been so positive and been everything once I follow that is it's easy, like offers that I have sell more quickly. But when I try to be like, oh, I should logically do this thing because it makes sense, but I don't feel excited about it, it doesn't work out. So for our manifesting generators who have that same passionate like energy, you've got that manifestor piece where you can be juggling many projects at once. And manifesting generators is the only type that I would say, like, you could have 7 businesses going at the same time and be totally happy. And also, like, all of them would be working like clockwork. The other types, you could have many offers, or like different things like ascending in your business, but manifesting generators are the only ones who truly can pivot and balance a lot of things. But oftentimes, what happens then is that you've got all these projects started and maybe aren't finishing them. And so, this is where it's really important. Two things that I would say is to have almost like you talked about your idea notes that you have in your phone, but really like good project management support, whether that's through an integrator, a project management tool, a calendar, a paper list, whatever that looks like. And then giving yourself the permission to actually operate that way. That is a unique gift. And it's such a powerful one because when it comes to you building your business, you're going to have a lot of ideas. And yes, you have to be intentional about which ones you are going to pursue. But holding yourself back to say, like, no, I have to do it this way, that is going to bore you. That is going to put out your fire. And you're not going to get where you want. Whereas you're like, oh, I'm going to start these 7 projects and all of them are going to move forward. Like, I see you smiling, like this is so true. And then our reflector friends, what is so interesting about reflectors, there's only 1% of the population that is reflectors. And they need a lot of time. It says a full moon cycle to make decisions and to move forward. And so creating systems in your business that are like a lot of automation and really, and I think all of us can benefit from automation for different reasons, but so important for projectors because when you want to take maybe the next step in your business or even bringing people into your business, you want to have that sort of slow exchange, building of a relationship, and feeling rushed is just going to shut you down. So, as a reflector, I would highly encourage you to, whether that you're building that system or you hire someone to help build that system for you, it is so, so important because it takes more time for you to make that decision or to decide what direction you're going in. And also, once you've made that decision, whichever direction it is, you're going to be able to hold that for the long haul. So don't rush it and allow yourself to really lean into, for everybody, right, the type of design that you have been intentionally designed to be.
Oh my goodness. So many light bulb moments. I mean, as you're listening to this, did the light bulb go off? Did Anna completely describe you to a T? So if you don't know what your human design is, go and take that test. Go put the information in, call your mom up, ask her what time you were born at, and figure this out because it is a game changer in your business. You're leveraging how you work so you can work in alignment. And, one of the things you said, with a manifesting generator, which I am, is that integrator piece. And that was a huge, huge business pivot I made this past year was hiring an integrator, switching from more of an OBM to an integrator within my business was a game changer. So it makes sense. Make sure to go listen to her podcast, download that information, connect with her on Instagram. Anna, anything else you want to share with us? Any special offers you have coming up? What else do you have for us?
Well, thank you, Amy. You're so amazing. And one of the things that I do host every Wednesday, a human design happy hour. And it's like a virtual networking event for people to get together and talk about human design, get to know other people who are interested in human design. And that's something that I actually started as a passion project out of my own human design. And it has been one of the funnest things to bring people together who are curious and interested about this stuff. And we go to a lot of online networking events and connection opportunities, but this one, what I think is so interesting is as much as you're learning about other people and their businesses, you actually get to learn about yourself. And that is where my heart came in designing this. And I like to connect with my friends. So it's Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard or 1 p.m. Eastern time. All that information will get it shared to the show notes, and you can get it on my Instagram, which is I am Anna Nichols.
Oh my gosh, I love it. You guys get into Anna's world. She is just truly amazing at what she does. And if you are just in your business hitting one of those sticking points where it's like nothing feels like it's working, give human design a chance. Just get curious. Go in, figure out what you are, learn about it, and maybe you'll have a takeaway. So I want you to make sure to save this episode, go back, get yourself typed, and then re-listen to it and see how many more light bulb moments you have, because the information you shared with us today, Anna, will be a game changer for so many. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule.
Thank you for having me. I loved it so much, Amy. You're amazing.
Oh, so are you. And until next time, embody your inner CEO. Are you loving what you're hearing? Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss an episode.